Good morning. Right, I'm on to my favourite stage now. My nose feels like it's had a volcano inside it, and that's all cooling down and starting to crust up. Oh, it's rather sensitive to the touch, and it hurts up in there. Anyway, right, apart from that Beirut fire, loads of fires have been breaking out across the globe, actually, or the flat earth, or whatever. Whether they're explosions, accidents, I don't know, but you've got fires, big explosions in Beirut, France, Brussels, Haisan in North Korea, Wuhan, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, Minnesota. So they did say it was going to be a hot August, didn't they? I don't know what that's about. There were some signs on that Brussels building that burnt the light that might be a clue to what's going on, but I can't remember what they said now. Gilead is pushing remdesivir as their cure for hydroxychloroquine, but that is $3,000 a treatment, apparently, whereas hydroxychloroquine is about 50 cents, I think. So I've got a great idea what we can do, actually, is that all the crazy bastards, if we have a second wave, all the tinfoil hatters and the nutters and the Trump supporters, all the general wankers, really, they can have all the cheap hydroxychloroquine, and everyone else can have the vaccines. There you go, that works nicely, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. Everyone else, hands up, thank you. It was a lovely little church service I saw, happened in Walmart, quite impromptu. It looked to be all churchgoers. I don't know whether they pre-planned it, but they were singing songs and stuff in Walmart, all having a wonderful time and carols and that, because they're not allowed to gather in church, are they? So that was great to see. Few people should do more things like this. Stick it to the man. Right, a few more people have sent me some Trump stuff, but as usual, they send me stupid little clips with just a tiny bit in the middle saying, do you think he coloured that in himself? And do you reckon he used crayons for that? It's the same old stuff with that Melania's dress, when people were saying, looks like Trump drew all over it with a Sharpie, but if you look into that more, I think the dress was designed by Alexander McQueen, who committed suicide a few years ago, and all the drawings on Melania's dress were drawn by students, I think, and some of those have been through sexual abuse. So when you look into things a little bit more, things sort of become a bit more apparent, don't they? I actually think that if all the people that send me stuff like that, and all the people you see in threads taking the piss, actually did an IQ test against Trump, he'd fucking smash you to pieces. So remember that. Joe Biden, what's he said now? He basically said, unlike the African American community, with a few exceptions, Latinos have great diversity of thought. Now that has not gone down well, so that was yesterday. We'll see what happens with that today. New studies and figures are coming out about hydroxychloroquine that says if you take it early on, you have a 79% chance better survival rate than if you don't. There we go. Truths keep coming, don't they? Big Pharma have made sure, because the laws got changed, didn't they? Liability laws and stuff like that in the 80s and early 90s, I think. Big Pharma have made sure they are exempt from any vaccine liability claims. So if you do take one of their vaccines and have a little bit of a turn or a wobble, or something a bit worse, you've got no leg to stand on. There you go. Now, here's a good one here. What if Bill Gates is a whiteout and working for Trump? What you say? No, it's just something I heard, really. And it would make perfect sense why Bill Gates is making such a cunt of himself on the TV now. Fucking laughing when he tells you you've got no choice. And when the second virus comes around, that's going to be a biggie. You know, if you look at this Q plan, and it is all playing out, and fucking Gates capitulated a few years back, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So, I'll leave you with that. A few people are posting that the Bank of England is temporarily closed. And some have posted the Bank of Ireland as well. Now, since I've seen this, it's been through the night. So I haven't checked again at opening hours. Which for banks is about fucking 11 till 1, isn't it? Lazy bastards. So I'll check that again today. But that's something to keep an eye on. Then headlines, really. Not really headlines, just fucking waffle. But there you go. That's most of the stuff you won't hear on the mainstream news. Anyway, so I wanted to say that we've been lied to since we were born, right? And indoctrinated since day one into a system where apparently everything... Well, this is what CIA Director William Casey said in 1981, I think, or something like that. We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false. So, this is why a lot of people say, listen to what they tell you on the news, and then think the fucking opposite. It's a good place to start, really, before you do your homework and investigative work. I can't even say that this morning. We're fed negative energy and subliminal messaging all the time. All these phallic symbols and fucking sexual words and stuff in Disney cartoons. Hidden meanings, all these, you know, Super Bowl halftime shows and music videos and songs and all this fucking vampire drinking blood in films, and Hollywood is getting so blatant with all this shit before Trump got into power that people are pretty sure they were just egging each other on with who could get away with the most sickest of fucking shit. It makes sense, doesn't it? They never thought she would lose. They all thought Hillary was going to get in. They all thought they were protected all the time. Well, they fucking ain't. And they haven't been since 2016, haven't they? So, I just want to show you this. This is from, if you don't know, because I posted it a few times, this is from the Frankfurt School, where a group of Marxist Jewish intellectuals at Frankfurt University in the 1920s and 30s. And it was all about their view and vision, for the cultural decline. And it says here, the revolution won't happen with guns, rather it will be incrementally, year by year, generation by generation. We will gradually infiltrate their education institutions and their political offices, transforming them slowly into Marxist entities as we move towards universal egalitarianism. I said that first time. Right. They hoped their policies would spread like a virus, continuing the work of the Western Marxists by other means, as one of their members noted, to further the advance of their quiet cultural revolution. The school recommended, among other things, there's 11 points here that they wanted to create, right? And you think about these, you think about society today, right? 1, the creation of racism offences, continual change to create confusion, the teaching of sex and homosexuality to children, the undermining of schools and teachers' authority, huge immigration to destroy identity, the promotion of excessive drinking, the emptying of churches, an unreliable legal system with bias against victims of crime, creating dependency on the state or state benefits, control and dumbing down of the media, encouraging breakdown of the family. Now, you can see all that everywhere you look around you, can't you? And they've been doing this for nearly 100 years. And this is what they do. I actually think when they brought Trump in, because he was so blatant and a bit gobby and all that, and people going, oh no, you can't say that. I think he's come in to quell all this political correctness fucking bullshit and all this cancel culture, because it's out of control, isn't it? You know, 200 different fucking genders is out of control, isn't it? Right? This is stuff we need to talk about as a society. Yes, of course. But it's gone too far, don't we think? I think most people would agree. Anyway, just a couple of little points now. This is quite a laugh, because as soon as you say flat earth, right, everyone looks at you and go, you are a fucking nutter. Now, do I believe in flat earth? I don't know. Do I believe in round earth? I don't know. Do I believe in hollow earth? I don't know. You can look and see stuff with all of them. But the point is, I'm trying to make, that's not a point. The point is, if everything NASA told us was true, why would they get caught out faking so much stuff? Because it only takes 10 minutes of fucking Googling about, and you can see NASA faking stuff day after day after day after day. Think about it. Right. One more point I made. I asked people the other day, we're talking about this Nasara and Jassara, would anyone please let me know if they open their bank account one day, look at their mortgage payment, or the mortgage payment doesn't get paid, or, you know, you get bills. If anyone gets any debt forgiveness, just send us a little personal message. Well, yeah, I want to talk about it. I won't use your name personally or anything like that. It's no stress at all. So, thank you very much for that. I just want to finish on this little note. The people on television who smile at you, who tell you stories, who give you the news, are the ones that hide all the truths from us. They are not talking about the real issues. They are distracting you from the real issues. They are the swamp. They are the minority. And they deliver their message to you and me and everyone through social media, the MSN, Hollywood, music and sports. Be mindful. Love and light. Where we go one, we go all.